Here we go. Live and ready to roll.
Okay.
Rob's Roundtable. What up?
What's going on?
What's up? This is our last show. last live show of the year. I love it. It's been a great year. We're doing pillar players. These are our 10 pillar players we can't leave drafts without. We're reaching for, we're having a lot of shares of, we're hanging our hat on. What do you have to say about that?
How
about
many,
the year in general?
Well, how many drafts do you have left?
I've done 10 and I have 14 left.
Okay.
13
This
left.
is a big draft weekend here. And so these are the guys that hopefully I can massage into my last few drafts here, because probably going back through it, I realize when it comes to diversifying, I feel like I probably over diversified earlier this year. So this is a good reminder for me about these guys are guys that I've been high on all summer. Some have gone up in value. I don't think any has gone down. So I got to get on these guys this weekend.
Want to get on some guys, huh? That's my goal every weekend, dude. I have one.
That might have come out wrong.
And they might come. Oh, my God. One quick thing for you per use. This one's awesome. Jerry Jones, the Micah Parsons trade, we got to talk about it a little bit, because what is he doing? Because how old is Jerry Jones?
82.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
So he's an old man. He is literally mortgaging the next 2 years. Not that they're going to win this year, but you never know, right?
Right.
Now we do know. They're not winning this year. They're not. They're not even making the playoffs this year.
That's correct.
So
It's going to be bad.
And he's trying to defend the pick and saying well, he compared it to the Herschel Walker trade. Do you know the logistics of that trade?
Yeah, we talked about it a year ago.
I didn't realize this because I watched the documentary. Not only did they get the multiple firsts, they got 5 players, and there was 3 players in there, and there was a clause in the trade. If they release them after 1 year, they get the Vikings first round pick the next year. So they end up getting 5 firsts.
Oh, Dick.
It's like a Dicka move.
Yeah.
So they end up getting 5 firsts for Herschel Walker, who was still decent, but he was a 27-year-old running back. Great trade. That's the whole reason that they became what they were. And this is not that, because Micah Parsons is more valuable at that position, younger, and they're not getting 5 firsts. They're getting 2 firsts that are essentially going to be back-end firsts, because the Packers are going to be a top 16, 17.
According to the sports books, I think they're 6th in line to win. They vaulted to the top of the NFC North odds. So excuse me, plus 165 now. I'm not sure this is a great trade for either team, to be perfectly frank. I'm not sure that because you got to go all in on the Packers. The Packers have to go all in this year. If they don't get there, they're running into cap issues. Micah Parsons is the highest non-paid quarterback in the league.
That's a lot.
Right?
But at least he's 26. It's not like you're paying Myles Garrett or TJ Watt. At least he has 5 years of prime.
Right.
So that's one thing you got.
Yeah, but you've got an above-average quarterback with a rotating wide receiver room and kind of an aging running back. I mean, Josh Jacobs, he's not old, but he certainly has a few miles on him, and an outstanding defense. But again, if you don't get there this year, what does next year look like? What does the year after that look like? At some point, I know the cap is rising every single year, the cap, the imaginary cap, but at some point, you got to pay the piper. The bills come and due, and you're not going to be able to afford what Jordan Love is going to cost you, plus what Micah Parsons is going. No other team has 2 almost $200 million players on the roster, right?
Right, and that's very top-heavy. But they still have a young quarterback. They have, I don't know, the Packers are going to be good. Cowboys are going to be bad. It's funny that Jerry Jones, of course he would defend this trade. Maybe just pay Micah Parsons. How about that, Jerry?
What is Jerry thinking? He's got 2 first-round picks, but they're going to be later first-round picks, and the dude might be dead by the time they come to fruition.
I think he's going to live to 100. That's going to be that guy.
Could be one of those guys.
But, okay, pillar players here. You have honorable mentions? Give me some honorable mentions.
Yeah, there's 2. So it's Jamar Chase, strictly because I love Jamar Chase. I think that if there's anybody who has the ability to repeat being the number 1 wide receiver 2 years in a row, similar to how Antonio Brown did it 10 years ago, it's Jamar Chase. The problem is I can't make him a pillar player because you literally have to have the number 1 overall pick in order to get him. So yeah. And then it's also Drake May, but I'm not going to put him on the list because Drake May in most home leagues that go 15, 16, 17 rounds is probably going to go undrafted. So for me, I'm he's kind of a pillar player. He's the last of the quarterbacks that I feel comfortable as my starting quarterback. So that makes him a pillar player, but it's not like somebody you have to get. That's why. So he's out of the ADP. That's why he's not a pillar player for me.
All right.
I mean, he's a pillar player, but he's not honorable mention.
We have 10 names each. I have 3 honorable mentions just because they're such late picks. One of them not as much. But first one, got to do it. I almost let every show off early in the year with this. Chig Okonkwo. I want to get jiggy with it, baby.
Get cheeky with
He
it.
is going to be a top 12 tight end. Safe as hell to be top 15 tight end. He is getting drafted after the tight end 20s. He's a number 2 option there. I feel like in Tennessee, I like their offense. I like the player. This was more of a best ball thing for me. This is why he's not on my actual list. And I've been drafting him as my second tight end in really deep leagues. But I think there's a chance he'll be a startable guy for you week in and week out. Chig Okonkwo. Love him. Second one, a guy we could not take in the draft we just did is Cedric Tillman.
Yeah.
Just because we had so many guys with week 9 bye. But we're not Judy guys. Cedric Tillman is going to be on the field a lot. And early in the year, I love it with Joe Flacco. Later in the year, I think they might trade Jerry Jeudy. And in that case, even without that case, I think Cedric Tillman is the one there. Now, being the one on Cleveland is not great, but I love it. Give me Cedric Tillman as a bench receiver because
6'3", 213.
He's Nico Collins,
Yeah,
man.
man.
He is Nico Collins.
He profiles
Or
his-
he will become Nico Collins. That's my take. I love Cedric Tillman. That's the bench receiver you want because he could be playable here and there, but there's a chance he becomes the one there. There's a chance Joe Flacco starts longer than we think. There's a chance that offense is actually serviceable. I know they're going to be losing a lot. So we've seen it before with Joe Flacco and the Browns. Give me my Cedric Tillman. And the last guy, this guy's kind of rising up the ranks recently. It depends on the build for me, but Nick Chubb.
Gross.
It's not gross,
It's
man.
gross.
There is a world where Nick Chubb is back to being at least 80% of Nick Chubb. He's an elite, I almost say all-time level player. Talent. Would you agree?
I mean, kind of like, yeah. I mean, he had some amazing seasons in Cleveland, but look at what happened last year. Like the dude was coming off injury. It looks like he got sapped. He might be over the hill. He could be dust. And for a team that has a middle of the road quarterback with an atrocious offensive line, I don't understand like why. And you got they like Dameon Pierce, and you got a pass catcher and Woody Marks behind him. I don't get
It's
it.
a 12th
Like,
round pick, though.
I don't get.
It's a 12th round pick that doesn't need. We both agree that Joe Mixon's probably not playing football this year.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Okay.
there's very little chance.
I'm
he plays.
baking that in there, and this is also part of the news where if they would have brought someone in, man, and I think they know, just like we know, that he's probably fucked, as in Joe Mixon not playing, and they did not bring anyone in. Then maybe they like Woody Marks. He's a nice little third down back. They've had Dameon Pierce there for years. They've replaced him multiple times.
And yet he keeps coming back.
He's on the roster. That's why it's not honorable mention.
That
for
is
me.
not why I cannot get behind the Nick
I don't
Chubb.
expect you to.
It's-
I don't need you to.
I was
Story.
all in on Nick Chubb last year, but there's no reason to.
All right.
Yeah.
It's my honorable mention.
That's
So
fair.
give me your 10th pillar player here.
So I'm going to go from highest ADP down to lowest.
Okay.
So Drake London is my first pillar player.
Oh.
And we've talked about him a lot this summer. He was only wide receiver 14 in PPR points per game last year, but he was much better in the 3 games with Michael Penix. So London had 100 catches for 1,270 yards and 9 touchdowns last year, playing in all 17 games. 157 targets, was third among all wide receivers, only behind Chase and Malik Neighbors. He had a 28.3% target share, which was 6th in the league. He's only 24 years old. He's on the rise. He's got an upgraded quarterback. Dreadful play last year from Kirk Cousins. London is poised for a massive season, I think.
Drake London was my number 5, so we'll just call him my number 10. But I've
There
been
you go.
counting Drake London all offseason. What we saw in the limited sample size last year with Penix, what we see in the preseason and/or OTAs with Penix, with some of the injuries around that offense, he's the only guy in town. They're moving him around the formation. He's probably top 3 hands in the league. Physical player, and here's what I love about Drake London. Knock on wood, has never missed a game in the NFL. I think he missed 1 game his rookie year. So he's played 16,
Yeah.
17, and 17 games. He's rarely nicked up. You don't ever hear him on the injury report. The guy is a dog. I know. I just love the player. I love the situation. I don't think Atlanta's defense is that much better, that much improved. That division's going to be shootout city, bad defenses. They're going to be in a lot of dog fights. That's a good dog reference, unlike Michael Vick's. Yeah, give me Drake London
Okay.
all day, dude. Who's your number 9?
No, number 2, number 9, number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
Yeah, it's Jonathan Taylor. And this one I've been banging the drum on since, what would he do? I can't remember, like Tiers or whatever. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I want Jonathan Taylor, 4th overall in running backs here. And I know that there's a lot of people that would take Devon Achane over Jonathan Taylor. For me, right now, it's Jonathan Taylor all day long. He finished top 7 in PPR points per game last year. PPR points per game, by the way. He was 3rd in the league in rushing yards per game. The Colts only made some minor moves to the running back room off season, letting Trey Sermon walk, and they added Khalil Herbert and fifth round rookie DJ Giddens, who I actually like. But with Daniel Jones having won the QB job at Indy, I think that's good for the offense in general, and it's really good for Jonathan Taylor. Taylor's poised for a big, big workload, and you've got an above-average offensive line there. The fact that running backs of Taylor's caliber produce at 96% of their peak age at age 26, which is the age that Taylor will be this season. He's primed to be top 5 again this year. I think there's no doubt about it.
In a half PPR, and I actually did it in our home league, he is worth a first-round pick.
Oh,
in a half
100%.
PPR. I take him at 11 or 12 all day.
Where's he going standard?
I wouldn't play standard, but if I did,
top
probably
8?
top 5.
Good, top 5.
I mean, Jonathan Taylor, and here's the thing.
He's going to score 12 touchdowns this year.
Kappa made a great point when he was on the show with the Upside Floor about Jonathan Taylor. They got 2 rushing quarterbacks now. Daniel Jones counts more to a rushing quarterback than they had before. Richardson, we don't know who's going to be quarterback there. The offense is going to run through JT. And the pass catchers are solid, but JT is a 3-down back. He's going to have more catches than you think. 30. I think 30.
30
more than Henry would have, right? So he has that. All the touchdown upside. The way he ended the year last year, he's 3 years removed from the number 1 overall finish in fantasy. He's still that guy. And you're getting him in the back half of the second round. Absolutely love it.
All day long.
Those in the chat, drop some comments, and at the end of this show, we're going to do a Q&A, anything you have to ask. Personal questions, fantasy questions. He'll take his shirt off, or I'll take my shirt off.
I'll take my pants off.
Yeah, we'll be naked combined. Okay, my number 9 is George Pickens. Now, where I was getting him early in the year, especially in best ball, and then early in redraft, he's slowly been steamed up. Partially now, especially because of the news of Micah Parsons being gone. That defense is going to be horrible. They have the makings of a mini Bengals situation. And you also say with the receivers, right? You have CeeDee Lamb as Jamar Chase. George Pickens as T. Higgins. I love that situation because George Pickens is not a guy that you can single cover. And he's only been doubled his whole career because it had no one else there and no quarterbacks. Now he's got a quarterback upgrade, indoor games, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb next to him. They're going to double CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, there was a lot of hype around George Pickens last year, and he didn't really live up to it. I'll be honest. I don't care. This is my number 5 on this list, pillar player. Right, Pickens he had actually a 24.6% target share last year, 15.4 yards per catch, but the catchable target rate was really low, and that's a product of the quarterbacks that he was playing with. But he slots into a clear number 2 role in Dallas. There's really not a whole lot behind those 2 guys, behind CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, so easily clears 100 targets there, and the shipping off of Micah Parsons, you just mentioned, like Bengals light, right? Yeah. We're forgetting that, I don't know if we're forgetting, but Dak Prescott ranked first in passing touchdowns in 2021 and 2023. Or second in 2021, first in 2023. So yeah, George Pickens on my list.
Okay, next guy for me is Chris Olave. Do you have him on your list?
He's on my list, yeah.
We have some of the same guys. Okay, Chris Olave. What do you love about Chris Olave?
Well,
I have a whole laundry list.
Yeah,
You'll probably hit him.
He averaged 7.0 targets per game with a 23.6% target share over 6 full games last year, which led the team in both marks. And make no mistake about it, this is going to be a bad team, right? Offense, defense, it's going to be a bad team. But the defense being bad is also good because they're going to have to play catch-up at some point. They didn't make any moves in the pass catcher room. It opens up really a lot of opportunity for Olave. I know people are nervous about the concussions. Get past that. Remind yourself that head coach Kellen Moore has produced high-end fantasy wide receivers all the way back since 2019, dating all the way back then. His price is right to scoop him up in the 6th, 7th round. Watch him return the 2023 form. You're going to get a 3rd-round wide receiver at a 6th-round price.
Yeah, especially in PPR. Like in half PPR, I'm a little off Chris Olave because his Vegas number is 3.5 touchdowns. He'll exceed that, but you're losing a little bit of value. But he's a 90 to 100 catch player. And some of the bonuses and upside moves we have with him is Spencer Rattler's bad last year, really bad. I kind of liked him coming out of college, but he played really well in the preseason, enough to beat out Tyler Shuck, who they drafted in the 2nd round, and he was an old pick. I know it was a bad pick.
Bad pick.
Just like it made no sense. They're going to draft a quarterback next year. Why are you doing it? But Tyler Shuck's a really aggressive quarterback. Spencer Rattler's a really aggressive quarterback. So you have at least aggressive quarterback play where Derek Carr was dumped down Susan. And I read a stat. I read a stat about Chris Olave last year. He had like four targets shorter than 5 air yards. He had a short sample size, but like they were using him as essentially like a sacrificial like Marquez Valdez-Scantling role, where he was just running go routes. That's not Chris Olave's game. He can play deep and run deep, but he's not a big physical guy. He's a technician. Use this guy in the intermediate range. Give him some. I'm on Ross St. Brown usage, right? That's what he can do. And that's what they're going to do this year. There's 100 catches, baby.
Yeah. So there was some speculation from the Manning. So Arch Manning, he's the starter at Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Speculation is that he could be the number 1 overall pick if it's not Lenore Sellers from South Carolina. There was some speculation from the Manning camp that Arch Manning, if the Saints get the first overall pick, would return to Texas so that he didn't get drafted by them. Somebody posted online, like, we're gonna suck again in 2026,
Yeah,
so
right.
we can do this all day, buddy. Like,
That's a good spot for him, though, dude. His dad played there, or his grandpa played there.
Yeah.
It's a good spot for him. They have a good culture, man. Come on. The Saints, New Orleans people, I was just down there. They love the Saints.
They love that team.
Indoor games, great city. Like, where you want to go to Cleveland? I mean, what are you doing,
It's
man?
cold.
Shit. Okay, next guy for me, Justin Fields. Is he on your list?
He's on my list.
Oh my God. Okay, Justin Fields. Give me your take on Justin
All right.
Fields.
Well, for me, it's all about value. I've taken him in a bunch of places. He's regularly going outside the top 12 at quarterback, even though he was being talked about quite a bit in fantasy circles earlier this
it's because
year.
of the preseason.
Yeah, but
Right?
but
Like
it's got to be because people think that, like, oh, he's only going to throw for 190 yards, 210 yards. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't
like,
care.
if he's going to rush for 1,000 yards this year, he's got the upside, a much upside as anybody not named Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, or Lamar Jackson, I think. Right? The Jets are clearly built to run the ball. Like, that is going to help Fields this year. He's only one of 3 NFL quarterbacks to ever post a 1,000-yard rushing season. New Jets OC Tanner Engstrom has spent the past 5 seasons on the Lions coaching staff. That should equate to shorter, more manageable passes overall, leading to the passing floor for Fields. In his 6 starts last year with the Steelers, he posted 18.9 fantasy points per game, which would have finished 7th at the position over a full season.
And they had training wheels on him, right? And he had, besides Pickens, no weapons.
No weapons.
And a great defense.
Right. He's got Brees Hall to dump off to. He's got Garrett Wilson this year. He's got
Mason
Braylon
Taylor.
Allen to carry
Mason
them
Taylor.
up. Mason Taylor.
And it's not about any of that. It's about his fucking legs, dude. And, like, also, if there's any... Who has more to prove? I know this is a crutch argument, but, like, this is Justin Fields' last shot at being a starting quarterback.
Well,
we can all agree on
they're
that.
going to give him design. So they didn't do anything designed for him running wise in the preseason. But why would you expose your quarterback
You're not.
to that in the preseason? So they will open up the offense come week 1.
This is going to be a Cam Newton level rushing here.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Like, I don't know so much about the rushing touchdowns, but he's going to get 8 or 10. But
he's gonna rip off at least 3 60-yard dashes.
yeah, and how many quarterbacks do you know in the history of the NFL that can have 60-yard rushing touchdowns? Like Lamar
Half a
rarely
dozen?
even does it. Not even. Like Michael Vick, bro.
Lamar will rip off a 40-yarder and then get tackled at like the 2.
Yeah.
Like, and then
But,
Derrick,
like,
and then Derrick Henry
I
comes
give you
in.
Michael Vick. That's it. So that's what this is, man. Okay, my next guy, Javonte Williams. I bet you don't have him on your list. He hates Javonte Williams. See, what's funny is we agree so wholeheartedly on some of these guys, and then we disagree on Marvin Harrison. He's not on my
What
list. but
sucks is I
Javonte
had to take Javonte Williams in a league. Like, I had to.
It's not bad. It's going to be good.
All right, well, give it to me.
Well, he's just been anointed the starter. I've been taking him way before this. He's a professional running back. He's been bad. 2 years removed now.
bad.
But it's 2 years removed from a multi-ligament tear. Okay, what do we know about these? ACLs are one thing. The multi-ligament, including the ACL, generally take 2 years to come back to full strength. He's 25 years old. It's not about him as much as who's behind him. Jaden Blue, I do not trust at all. He's not a 3-down back anyway. He's a pipsqueak. They have Turpin. They have playmakers. They need a steady guy to pass block. He's good in the dump down game. He's a good power back. He's a dude there, man. He's a starter. I've seen Zeke. I know it's a different team, different O-line. I've seen Zeke have many, many amazing years. Even back-end career Zeke, who was bad, scored 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So Javonte Williams, for me, definitely early in the season. If you're going any type of zero RB or hero RB, which most people don't do anymore, I am comfortable going into the year. If you have Trey McBride, if you take Joe Burrow in the same team and you're waiting at running back 2, I am comfortable starting the year with Javonte Williams. I know week 1's rough with the Eagles, but he might have 5 catches in that game. Right?
I hope you're right.
I mean,
I hope you're
You're
right.
also looking at a 9th or 10th round
I'm not
pick.
sold. Like, I'm not.
But it's
I
a
can't-
9th or 10th round pick, Story. You take him in the 8th if you need
Where
him.
did I take him? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But
Doesn't matter.
that's just. I hope you're right. Like, that's.
I hope I'm right, too.
Yeah, he could get usurped. That's my problem. That's
Maybe?
my problem.
By who? Miles Sanders?
Yeah. Miles Sanders, Jaden Blue when he comes back.
No, the only concern of me recording this now and releasing it in 2 days is if they trade for Travis Etienne.
They won't. It's too late in the season, or too late before.
Well, Jerry Jones is a fucking moron, and he'll use one of those first round picks that he got on on ETN.
I got him in the 8th round, so that's pretty good.
Okay, I've been getting him the 9th and 10th. So
Yeah.
what do you got for your next guy?
Omarion Hampton. I'm not sure you're going to like this one.
I don't have him on my
Yeah,
list.
well, this one took me a little while to come around on. I was a little concerned, but just looking at everything from the preseason, the way this is all kind of fleshed out. So Hampton led the ACC in carries and rushing yards each of the past 2 years. Posted a career best 9.8 yards per catch last season as well. In Greg Roman's 11 years as NFL offensive coordinator, his offenses have produced a near 50% run rate, and head coach Jim Harbaugh also has a stout rushing pedigree. Hampton projects a much better talent than Najee Harris. Realistically, that's his only competition in the backfield. I know Harris is back, but to what extent? And Harris looks pretty dusty to me. Hampton's first-round draft capital shows how much the Chargers like him. I think he's going to get a lot early.
Yeah, it's for me about where you get him. Like, I am comfortable with Hampton in the back end of the third, not the front of the third. Not so much about him, it's the players I'm passing up on. It's the elite second-tier receivers, and it is guys like Kyron Williams. I'm not taking him over Kyron Williams, which actually goes on to my next guy, is Kyron Williams.
See, for me, like,
You want him over Kyron?
I do want him over Kyron because, like, Kyron's not going to burn me. We know we're going to get from Kyron, and Kyron's not going to give you weak winning upside for the most part. Omarion Hampton could.
Could.
Yeah.
But we've also seen Kyron, and I hate Kyron. I have never been a Kyron guy. Blake Corum was on my PP list last year because Blake Corum is a better player, but they just paid Kyron Williams. He's going to be a 70% snap player. He's going to get all the goal line work. He's going to get the dump downs. I know Stafford's back injury is ominous and scary. All the more reason to run the ball. And I think that this offense is still going to be a top 12 offense. Give me the running back, the starting running back on that team.
Okay.
So I want that all day. You're going to your PPs last
I just want to see
year.
where
Jan Daniels was
yeah.
number one PP last year. This guy
Nick
hit, man.
London, Malik Neighbors,
Yeah.
Rashad White, but
Trey
Trey McBride, yeah, George Pickens, Nick Chubb, yeah, Aaron Jones is good.
Mm-hmm.
Tamar Douglas, yeah, George Kittle, yeah.
You hit on
That's
like five.
pretty
You
good.
drafted like I
Five or
had some
six,
hits
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I had Terry McLaurin as my number one.
Yeah,
last
that's a
year.
good one.
That was a good one.
All right.
Yeah, I just see it, man, and it's not safe. I don't like Kyron, but if he's the best of the rest, right? If you don't get one of those top 11 guys where the tier breaks, Kyron is closer to that tier than the next tier because Hampton, Harvey, Travion Henderson, Alvin Kamara, there's questions with those guys, whether it be talent, age, role. Kyron really doesn't have questions. I guess talent's the question, but Sean McVay doesn't seem to care about that.
He does not seem to care.
So that's why I'm all about Kyron.
Yeah.
Like I have him in 3 drafts and I don't like him, but it's like in the 3rd round at pick 27, and I went an early wide receiver or something. Like give me Kyron as either my anchor or as a fucking awesome RB2.
I'm not opposed to Karen. I mean, he keeps showing it year in and year out, and that organization is dedicated to him. They paid him. Sean McVay loves him. So I see it. I'm 100% on board with it.
Just a safe pick. I guess what it is.
I would still take Hampton because I like the upside. But this guy you might have on your list, it's Calvin Ridley.
Yes.
Okay.
He's my 4th.
So he got paid 2 years ago, 4-year, $92 million deal, right? And despite the extraordinarily bad quarterback play, he was the clear number 1 wide receiver for the team, and he topped 1,000 receiving yards, only 4 touchdowns, though. Minor additions to the wide receiver room, but DeAndre Hopkins did leave there, so that boosts Ridley's value in 2025, especially with the first overall pick in the NFL draft, probably the most underrated first overall pick, Cam Ward, set to take the helm under center. If Ridley can maintain his yards per target and his yards per route run from last year, both were his best since 2020, then a step forward in offense should make him a solid wide receiver too.
Yeah.
With upside.
So the thing I love about Ridley is you get him in the 6th round, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he repeats his numbers from last year with Will fucking Levis at quarterback and a dumpster fire of a team, which they're going to be better, we like Cam Ward.
I do like him.
He is going to be, that's value, right? He's going to be drafted at value. If he repeats last year, this has a lot of Terry McLaurin vibes from last year to me, in where you're getting a guy that's a perennial good player that's just had bad touchdown luck or bad quarterbacks or bad situations. Calvin Ridley's a little bit on the older side, but you got to remember, he came in the league at 23 years old. So he was an older prospect, right? So he doesn't have that much, and he took a year and a half off for
That's
mental
true.
reasons and the gambling thing. So he doesn't have a lot of wear and tear. And the best stat I heard all offseason was that Calvin Ridley had the number 1 most unrealized air yards last year because his quarterback was a scrub. So if he just connects on 4 of those passes of the 20 that were not connected, you're looking at another, 200 yards?
Would have been a much different season.
And you know he's going to have more touchdowns. I think he had 5 touchdowns last year, maybe 4. I think it was 4. But he had 1,000 yards. He's going to have 1,000 yards this year. This is a safe floor play.
It is a floor play. It is because I don't think the touchdown upside
But
is there.
we didn't think Terry McLaurin had it last year, did we? With Jaden Daniels?
Well, Jaden Daniels is an amazing deep ball passer. I know Cam Ward is
I get
good,
it, but
but
who comped to the better passer coming in the league? Cam Ward or Jaden Daniels?
the better passer?
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
Comped is a better passer?
Yeah.
No way.
Absolutely.
No, absolutely. No, dude.
Yeah.
Cam Ward went number 1 overall because of his passing.
The only reason Jaden Daniels did not go number 1 overall is because the Bears organization had dreams of what Caleb Williams could be.
It might have been because of his stature too.
Yeah, but go back and watch
I don't know,
the
man.
last few games of the LSU season.
I don't think he's a clear and above coming out of college a better passer than Cam Ward. I don't. Cam Ward is slinging the ball over the yard, man.
Cam Ward is a great guy, and he's a great game manager.
No, you're
But
not.
He's not. He's not the passer that Jalen Daniels.
I guess
Jaden
we'll
Daniels-
agree to disagree.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
My next guy, but again, Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, we do agree
safe,
on that.
awesome pick. With I feel like more upside than you're baking in, but as long as he stays off DraftKings, we're good.
Yeah.
Cam Scatterbo,
Scatterbo.
late addition. I call him Cam Scatterbo. I'm gonna call him Cam Scatterbo.
Scatterbo.
That is my late addition to the list because where I've been getting him and where he's been going in drafts, it's mostly here's the thing for me. Tyrone Tracy, and remember early when you first came over here for the first wave of pods, I made you watch Tyrone Tracy's film.
I do.
And you were all about Scatterbo.
Yeah.
And I was like, Tracy's the guy there. And at that point, Scatterbo was going ahead of Tracy. They were both going around pick 90, but like Scatterbo was going ahead.
That was ridiculous. Looking back on it.
Now, it was partially because of the hamstring injury.
Mhm.
We didn't see him much in preseason besides preseason game 3. But now we have Scatterbo going pick 112 and Tracy going 75. They should not. I know Tracy's better for early in the year, but we're looking at the 7th to 8th round for Tracy. He's probably not a starter anyway. So why are you drafting an expiring asset? Scatterbo is going to be appreciating asset, and they're going to go to him at some point. Whether Tracy fumbles, gets hurt, they're bad, which they're going to be, and all 3 of those things are going to. I still like Tracy. Don't get me wrong. It's just they should not be going 4 rounds apart, 3 rounds apart. Absolutely not. Give me Cam Scatterbo because that's the perfect RB4 for your team that you could play in a pinch because I think he's still going to get. What do you think the snap share is going to be between those two
60-40.
starting the year?
Yeah.
Who's more likely to see goal line work?
That will probably be Tracy to start.
Okay,
Tracy's an underrated goal line back.
he is, but Scatterbo is a goal line.
I get it, but this is
Fucker's a
Brian,
fullback.
This is Brian Dable, and
I know.
he has a thing against rookies for whatever reason. I think it's.
I
Stupid.
get it. I think Cam Scatterbo.
I think
is,
Tracy is the better start to the year.
Oh yeah, that's why it's
going-
being drafted like that.
Scatterbo owners are going to get frustrated right off the bat.
But you're drafting him knowing that. That's why he's a 10th
You got to
round
be
pick.
patient.
He's a
You
10th round
got to
pick.
be patient.
If you're drafting Cam Scatterbo to be your starter in the 10th round, what the hell are you doing? Drafting a defense?
I don't know. I've got people making me offers for Scatterbo already.
So
they love
at-
him. They love him.
At value, Scatterbo pick 110, Tracy 75. Who do you like?
Oh, yeah, Scatterbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thing with
I've
Scatterbo.
been-
I like Tracy more in a vacuum, but like it depends on my build too. Scatterbo is going to be a better late round player or late season player, and that's what I'm looking for in that range, right? Like he's not like I like handcuffs. He is a handcuff that also is just going to overtake him at some point. It's gonna have to happen. Who do you have for your next guy?
Let's see. We talked about Pickens. We talked about Olave, right? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise here. Emeka Ibuka.
Hell yeah, Tyler, give us 10 minutes. We'll get to your question here after our show.
Oh, just, yeah. How do you do? Yeah, Ibuka. I've been banging the drum for this guy since he was being drafted in the 16th round. This guy has flown up
He
draft
has.
boards, but I've been talking about him. I love him coming out of Ohio State. As a reminder, Tampa Bay has shed 120 targets since the start of training camp, just with the news on Chris Godwin and Jalen McMillan. So Ibuka now has a surefire path to playing time. He enters as Tampa's first round, 19th overall pick. This guy's a first round pick. He boasts a skill set that's very complementary to Mike Evans' downfield prowess. He syncs up well with Baker Mayfield in the short to intermediate areas of the passing game. He had an outstanding 83.6% success rate versus zone, according to reception perception. That's all icing on the cake. I love this guy. I know you got to pay up for him now, but he's starting in 2 wide receiver sets for a team that loves to throw the ball. I think we drafted Ibuka this year, or this in our draft that we just did.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Yeah, I'm not. I just think he's steamed up a bit, but I still think at where he's going in the 60s, we'll say, which is the end of the 5th, early 6th. I don't mind the value there. And what I love is he's a rookie that is going to be impactful right away. And you made the point a couple shows ago about Godwin coming back. But what if Ibuka is just so good that Godwin's not going to take that slot role back from him?
It's possible.
And we all know, even if Godwin comes back week 5, are you going to start him when he comes back? No. You're going to wait a couple weeks. So you have 7 weeks of him being the number 2. And what you failed to mention is the tight end's hurt.
Yeah, Kate
So
Otten.
Kate Otten's hurts. Rashad White, I'm positive is back, because if they were missing Rashad White and Kate Otten, that's definitely wheels up. But he's going to be on the field for 90% of the plays. Here's a little hot take for you. I think the Bucs are going to struggle this year, man. They are a prime regression. I know their division's trash, but their opening schedule is really tough. They play like the Ravens. They have the Falcons week 1. I think they're going to lose. They have a tough schedule, dude.
Really?
They're beat up. Tristan Wirfs is out. That's a big injury, dude.
That is a big injury, but
So, like, they're going to be a team that's going to be fighting for the playoffs more than you might think. And that doesn't hurt Ibuka. You know what I mean? I think that they're going to have to be throwing a lot. And Baker Mayfield's been anointed as this god. I think he's better in fantasy than he is in real life. He had led the league in interceptions last year. No
how
one
many wins did they have last
They're
year?
projected 9.5. They won 10.
That's pretty good. That's
All
pretty
right,
good. Yeah.
my next guy. This is tough for my top 2, but we are going to go with Travis Hunter as my number 2. Now,
Okay.
a tough decision for me
Okay.
is not Chris Godwin, that's not a decision, is Travis Hunter or Calvin Ridley. I've had this decision a lot
You have to
because they're
make this
polar
decision.
opposite players, right? Like Calvin Ridley, safe as hell. Travis Hunter, the allure, right? It's the hot girl, but she has a terrible personality. But can I work on her personality? I can't make the gross girl hot, right? Unless it's like one
You
of
ever
those
seen
90s
She's
movies.
All That?
I was gonna say she's all that. That girl wasn't gross. She just had her hair in a ponytail. So
And glasses.
yeah, take the glasses off. No, Travis Hunter, we don't know the defensive allotment of snaps. I don't think it's going to be much. I think it's 10%. I think it's literally specific passing downs where he's not going to have to make a tackle. We saw him try to make a tackle. He's small. This dude is one of the most athletic players I've ever seen. He's almost too twitchy, dude. And you're not going to be able to cover him. He's going to play that Chris Godwin role in Liam Cohen's offense, which we saw Chris Godwin be, wide receiver 2 last year before he got hurt? And Chris Godwin had a major injury 2 years prior. Chris Godwin's a savvy pro, but he is not. His athleticism even last year was zapped. And like they're giving him screens, they're giving him little slants, little bubbles. Like you give that role to Travis Hunter, he is a top 10 receiver. I think he could finish higher than Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah,
That sounds crazy, but-
That possibility exists, and I love Travis Hunter. You know, I love Travis Hunter. The thing that keeps him from a pillow player for me there's 2 risks to his profile. Number 1, he does have an injury history. I know he stayed healthy last year, but 2 years ago he was in and out of the lineup quite a bit, and that only increases when he's playing 2 ways. Even if it's only 10%, that's 10% more than most wide receivers on the field. And then number 2 is if this offense, if it was actually just Baker Mayfield and Liam Cohen is
Correct.
overrated. So
Correct. It
Yeah.
could be bad. I mean, but
But
I feel like in the 6th round, 7th round,
that's worth a gamble. 100%.
It's a wide receiver 3. Take a guy like Chris Olave around later, or Michael Pittman, or one of these guys that you can slot in and give you top 36 numbers.
Josh Down
If
syndrome.
it fails, which I don't think it's going to fail, but again, I have not really been on Hunter, but I rewatched his film, and just thinking about what Liam Cohen has done, and I still believe in Trevor Lawrence, man. I know it's crazy, but there was a reason he was this generational player, and it hasn't panned out. This is, again, similar to what I said about Justin Fields. This is Trevor Lawrence's last fucking chance. Okay, if he doesn't make this
He'll
work,
get a starting job with the Jets.
maybe.
next
But
year.
this is it for him on the
Seattle.
Jags, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Which maybe that'd be a bad thing for him. Be a Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
what do
well,
you got? Is your last name?
No, I got 2 more. So
Okay.
I don't think it's going to surprise you, and it pains me that he's going so early nowadays. But it's Tyler Warren, and a good preseason has really shredded as much value as there used to be. So a month ago, man, you can get Tyler Warren where? 12th round,
Yeah.
13th round, something
Like
like
tight
that.
end
Now
15.
he's going 6, 7, 8
He's
sometimes.
going tight end 7, tight end
It's
6.
brutal because you were getting him 12, 13, and so. But
Would
I
you
love
take him there is the question.
I
Like
don't
ahead of Kelsey,
think
ahead of
so.
Hawkinson, ahead of Laporta.
I mean, I love Tyler Warren, and why not? Like, why not take the chance?
Right. You know
Anyway,
what the other guys are.
the Colts drafted him 14 overall this year, and it's a great fit. The team desperately needs a tight end, another playmaker in the passing game. As I mentioned with Jonathan Taylor, Daniel Jones is just good for the offense all around. He had a huge season with Penn State last year, 1,233 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns. He also threw for a touchdown last year. upside is there for him to be a tight end 1 right away. And if you're getting him, the problem is now you're getting him at tight end 7, tight end 8 when he was going later. But I'm still all in on him. I was able to snag him late in a draft a few nights ago. But yeah, it's tough. The value's not there anymore, but I'm still in on Tyler Warren.
Here's the couple upside points. It's not even the Brock Bowers comp, which is there, right? Bad. They say bad offense,
Yeah.
but like that was a bad offense.
You might be able to get him in double digits. I got him around 10 earlier. This
The
week.
beauty, though, is that he is similar to Cam Scatabo in terms of, you remember the semifinal game where Scatabo threw a pass, caught a pass, and caught, and rushed a touchdown. Tyler Warren he can throw. He can be run out of the Wildcat. So he might get a couple rushing touchdowns. Like, you have some of that baked in. Like, it could
Probably
happen.
not with Jonathan Taylor there, but
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
more than, like, Travis Kelce's not doing that anymore. Hawkinson's not doing that. So you have that. I know it's, like, kind of a wild card factor, but this offense, and Shane Steichen is known to be creative.
it's true.
And what better way to be? And I'm not a Tyler Warren guy. I'm trying to help your point.
He does. Yeah.
He's creative, right? The Philly special was Shane
I was gonna
Steichen.
say he's one of the pioneers of having an offensive lineman break out. And
That's what I'm saying, man. And that's the inherent upside. Even now that his upside is that from where you're drafting him, is there's the X factor of he might have a couple extra touchdowns where he probably won't have 8 receiving touchdowns.
they might have a trick play in their sleeve where he
Yes,
throws a touchdown.
a couple of those
Super
where
happy.
he's not going to have 8 receiving touchdowns because they're not going to throw the ball that much.
No.
But all right.
It's yards. It's yards for this.
My
guy.
number 1 ties into this. This is my favorite late round tight end. I've been talking about him all season long. Tucker Kraft. This dude is going to be a top 5 tight end. Like, I have no doubt. That sounds crazy because he's been steamed up a bit. He's going tight end 9, 10, or 11. But I want him over Kelsey, over Laporta, over Hawkinson. I'm not taking him over those guys because I'm waiting. But, like, if you would have asked me right now who's going to have a better season, it's Tucker Kraft. The wide receiver room's in shambles. Matthew Golden, they're relying on a rookie that shouldn't have been a first-round pick. I think he's a nice little player. Does he comp as an alpha, as a target earner? No. He's going to get his targets. Jaden Reed's playing through a foot injury, a broken bone in his foot all year. Who else do they have there? Scrubs. Dontavian Wicks is hurts, can't catch. Romeo Doubs is healthy, but Romeo Doubs is literally just a guy. So, and they're going to rotate, right? They have good guys, okay? They have good players. He is the best player in that offense,
No notes.
right?
It's great. No
I
notes.
turned him into
He
a
did.
Tucker Kraft
He
guy.
did. I was anti Tucker Kraft earlier this year, but going back and
The
looking
yak.
at everything now, the one kind of sticking point now is that offense is probably doesn't need to be as prolific because of the Micah Parsons addition, but one dude isn't going to move the needle enough where it's going to tank an offense completely. So I'm in. It's a late round tight end that you can get that
Love
has
it.
tremendous yak ability.
Who's your last guy? We're going to get some questions.
Yep.
And then,
It's Braylon Allen, and that's
ooh,
no
that's-
surprise there.
wow.
Braylon Allen, I love this guy. I cooled on him a little bit, but I'm back in on him. He's regularly going in the 12th plus round in fantasy drafts, later in PPR formats. He's outside the RB 40, 45, sometimes 50 overall. I previously mentioned the OC there, Tanner Engstrom. He's made it clear that the Jets want to be fast, physical, and violent in the run game. That's a direct quote. And Allen, he's 240 pounds, explosive as heck. He fits that bill perfectly. He's got a clear path to early down, short yardage, and even red zone work early in the season. And I think they're going to leave Breece Hall to kind of operate in space. It won't be a true 50-50 split right away, but even as the 2 in this run-heavy scheme, Allen could scream past his value with double-digit touchdown, and he has injury upside if something happens to Breece Hall, who has been dinged up a little bit in the past.
Yeah, that's the ultimate. He's a handcuff that's playable more than Algier or Ray Davis. Now, Ray Davis is going to have some garbage time touchdowns. Algier will get some work. Braylon Allen could just be a 40% snap share player from day one. And what you didn't mention is that it's really possible, especially if the Jets are bad, which I don't want to admit because we love Justin Fields. Breece Hall is a prime midseason trade candidate. It's prime,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
If a running back goes down, or even if it doesn't, like a team like the Texans,
I think they're done with him regardless. Either
maybe. But the trade thing,
Mid-year
if he
or-
gets traded,
yeah,
wheels up, baby.
yeah. Same with like Bayshal Tootin, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah,
So,
it is. Tootin was actually borderline on there for these early drafts. All right, we're going to get some questions here. So Tyler says, just drafted quarterback. Lamar Fields, it's a 10-team league. Lamar and Fields, CMC, Kamara, Swift, and Chubb, and Najee. Receivers are Neighbors, Adams, Ridley, Judy, Kupp, Keenan Allen, and Joku as a tight end. Rate the team, 10-team PPR. The 10-team makes it a little bit tough. But you got Lamar, CMC, Kamara, and Swift. Neighbors, Adams, and Ridley. I mean, we love Ridley.
Yeah, I think I would.
Njoku's a problem, but
Njoku could be a problem. He could catch a lot of passes this year, though. I think you'll know by week 1 how that looks. That Cleveland offense looks with Joe Flacco.
what are you going to give this team? A B minus?
B minus because you don't need Kupp and Keenan Allen on this team.
Yeah, get rid of him and get some high-end
upside. Get your
running
Braylon
backs,
Allen.
yeah.
At 10-team league, you might even have Braylon Allen, Tyler Algier. Those
Yeah,
high-end
get those guys.
running backs, handcuffs might be on the waiver wire. So I would ditch Kupp, Keenan Allen, and see if you can make a move to upgrade Judy plus somebody else to get a better wide receiver.
Yeah, and you're also talking about a home league most likely, so you can make trades.
But that Neighbors Adams Ridley looks good.
And you could wait a couple weeks if Justin Fields pops off after 4 weeks, trade Justin Fields right away.
Yeah, get him out.
Right? Or if you believe in Justin Fields, trade Lamar. You get a haul for Lamar, dude.
You could
10
get
team
a
league.
haul for Lamar.
Okay, next one. Have a feeling Philadelphia will win the Super Bowl back-to-back this
I
year.
love it. I love it.
Uh,
Roseman, he's killing it. He just keeps killing it.
It's a good team.
It's a good team.
The offensive line is still elite.
They're gonna have to.
defense is good.
They're gonna have to throw more this year. They're not gonna be as efficient, but I love Philly. That's a great team.
The Lions are dangerous though, and now the Packers are dangerous.
Mhm.
And then who else are we looking at? The Niners. Like Niners
Yeah,
are only
the
dangerous.
Niners
because of
have a
division.
really easy schedule.
The Niners roster does not stack up to the teams we just talked about.
I mean, but there's no. I mean, Washington's gonna be.
I don't think so. I think Washington's taking a major step back this year, dude.
That's what you said.
Right?
Yeah,
You
I don't think so. No.
Why?
Why?
Because
What,
Jaden
what
Daniels?
makes you think they're gonna take a step back?
Their defense is not addressed. It was bad last year. It's
Okay.
not going to be any better. Jaden Daniels is not going to play as good as he did last year. That's just not going to happen.
Huh?
How can it happen? He
How
played
could he-
amazing.
How could it? I mean, he could be better. In
We've
year two.
seen this before, though.
Yeah, but just because it happened in the past doesn't mean it'll happen again. Just
And
because
Jaden Daniels had.
CJ Stroud. Don't forget, Jaden Daniels has a different element to his game that CJ Stroud does not have.
Oh yeah, a lot of injury risk too.
Okay.
I guess you could say that about a lot of players.
Yeah.
Apparently, Joe Burrow is an injury risk.
I mean, isn't Jalen Hurts an injury risk?
No.
He runs. Lamar
yeah,
Jackson
he plays
runs.
through injuries, and he's bad when he does it. But.
Okay.
All right, last one we have here. If anyone else, come on, hop on, give us some questions, and we will answer them. Otherwise, we have to not go to sleep, but do something. And you promise to take your pants off too.
They did.
Quinn says, "Who wins, Ladd and Jamar for Bucky and CD?"
Man,
Oh, that's so tough
this
because
is tough.
I probably think Bucky and CD because you get the running back. So I guess the question is, how much better? So CD and Jamar are comparable, and obviously Jamar's better, but Ladd versus Bucky. I'm not a Ladd guy. So
If this is a PPR, it's Bucky and CD. If it's half or standard, it's Ladd and Jamar. Because the touchdowns.
yeah, it's a tough one for me. I think, I guess it's hard to say that Jamar.
Who's the best player in this draft?
Jamar.
Yeah, but it's close with CD though. And then I think this is really team. I know it sounds like a cop out, but this is really team dependent. Gun to my head, I'm gonna take the Ladd and Jamar Chase side.
All right. Any more questions? I'll give you guys a couple minutes. We'll talk amongst ourselves. But this is our last show, at least before the season starts. I have 3 built up and I have to release. So, or 2 built up, whatever. And then we're gonna be doing 2 shows a week.
He needs a release.
Yeah, he's gonna be doing. We're gonna do a weekly recap on Monday. Got 8 people in here, so give us some questions. Anything you want to know about us, about fantasy, you name it. We're waiting. We're waiting.
Jason, you want my social security number?
No, maybe not that one, but yeah, whatever you want. I don't know. They're watching and waiting for questions, but I mean, I can talk about anything. Tyler said something that was message restricted. Message retracted.
Oh.
Oh, that was the team he posted. He must
Oh.
not have liked our answer.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
it wasn't
Tyler.
that
I mean, it was-
bad. I thought it was pretty good.
If it was a 12-team league, I'd like it a lot more.
Well, I mean, there's ways to make moves to increase the upside of that roster. I don't dislike it at all.
No, it's all right. All right. Well, so thank you for watching, and it's been an awesome year story.
Awesome
I
year.
appreciate
Here we
you.
go.
Thank you so much.
Last big draft weekend, man.
Let's go. Good work.
Good work.
And what, 4 crossovers there on our
Crossovers.
PPs?
Oh, was it really that many?
I mean, we had Ridley, Olave.